mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass, it's 4. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. And you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yardage.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's going to run it. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And how about the awareness by this guy on 3rd down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's 3rd. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Under fire. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's 4. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Smashes through the tackle. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. NC State going up tempo.
And after that long completion for the first, you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively. They want to go tempo right now.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. There he goes. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Orange offense will get its first chance now. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Guys, let's talk about Syracuse. With just a few games remaining, they're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard, because everybody's talking about the conference championship, who you might play. You still got to deal, you still got to take care of business on the field today. That's the most important thing. It's been a phenomenal season up to this point, David. Great things ahead, potentially, but you got to win this one today.
Well, and I think that's what's really important. It's a great start, and now it's about finishing the season. To be at the top is awesome, but you can't lose a conference game or 2 conference games and get yourself out of the mix here right at the end when you're so close to the finish line.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
To the air, it's Barmore. Calls it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Bunch formation for these receivers. Off play action on first down. Slings it downfield. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that... Making plays like this, we're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be hard on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Not much doing there. He gets them to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
And some room to work. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. To the air, it's Ford. He's taking the shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Great job by the DB on that play. How many times in these types of deep ball situations do we see pass interference? That cornerback could not have played that ball better.
Catches it at the 30. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. He'll start this drive firing. That's reeled in. It's McFadden. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on first down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. Breaks into the open. And he was off to the races. Finally picked up at the 36.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, you got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. So first down here as they go back to work. Scanning the field, it's Barmore. Quick strike complete. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
And a nice job finding my wide receiver. How about the wide receiver turning into a running back, getting upfield, getting some positive yards, and getting a first down.
They'll go to the air on second and short. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. 5 receivers across the formation. It's 2nd and 11. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. To the end zone. Touchdown, Orange.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop.
Turning it on! They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Hand off from the shotgun. Got enough for the first down.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Looking for a gap. It's Harris. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. NC State quick to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Great job by the back on the option.
That defenses have to play responsibility football, and you can tell they had the quarterback, but how about the running back? They didn't even play it off the pitch, and he takes full advantage. They constantly put this kind of stress on you with this option, and the defense, they were not where they were supposed to be, and they give up the explosive touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Makes the grab. It's McFadden. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to throw, it's Barmore. Punts it out of the air. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
I like this offense. They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Got a man. It's Weeks. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Wolfpack lineup facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just too much juice on that one as he mails his receiver out of bounds.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. Balls and fire complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Fires to the big fella. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
And they're not on the same page there. Syracuse will be forced to punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. From the gun, the running back has it. Look out, he's got room. There he goes. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
Man, And this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest and go chunk by chunk.
He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Now on first down from the 30. From the gun, the ground game. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. He's at the touchdown Cuse. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that's exactly what you want in your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job executing all the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Dropping back, it's Ford. They've got the screen set up. Runs through a tackle. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good at the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Well, that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just got on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He's going to take off. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off. That's number 10. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Complete to the left. They'll ride him out of bounds. That's the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense.
He'll take a shot. Broken up, incompleted, nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down here.
Here's a heat. Under pressure and down down he goes at the 33. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Finds his man. It's Kruger. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended over 4. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop on the return, and then it's priority 1. You don't want some big return and give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Tough to beat a good first half of football in a great town like Syracuse. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the dome in lovely central New York.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Might as well give it to him again. And a good, solid pickup through the defense cuts it down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And I tell you what, these deep shots, they're so hard to defend. You got to chase the guy all the way down the field and kind of stay in his hip pocket, stay close to him, and then turn your head like he does here and makes a nice play on the football to back it up.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed.
He's got it, first down and more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Barmore. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. The mantra is always finish. They're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Trailing down by 17, David, this is an opportunity they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football.
Touchdown, Orange. And the pummeling has started.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Syracuse, 38, NC State, 14.
He'll bring it out. It's Mason. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone and not work out as he stopped at the 13. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Breaks into the open. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. It has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Finds his big tight end. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Ford. Throws for the tight end. Oh, he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to keep it in the air. Pocket breaking down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Smithers into space. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. That's caught. It's Williams. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Orange will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. To the air. It's 4. There's the pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football is going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
Under fire. Got his man all by himself. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Going to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. Back to throw. It's Barmore. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their 1st pick here late in the game. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Never about. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They just put a field goal on the board, and now they'll line up for the onside kick.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got his man across the middle. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
You want to have a lot of success on defense, make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
They're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. Tight end now in motion. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Leaves it with the back. Spins away from the defense. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Orange with a ton of options available on second and short. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarter.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Here they're trying to get to the end. This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Pressure coming. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Offside for defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Looking downfield, it's Barmore. Makes the grab. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down.
414 satellite. 414 satellite.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Give to the running back. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. It's good. And they just tack on a little reward to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get deep to the 29. How good will they be on 3rd down after that last run? To throw, it's Ford. Oh, they're after him. Unleashes one. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team. Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking for the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Pulls and fires complete. That's a fumble on the
is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sparky isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over FIU. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward in a game that could shake up the CUSA race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to run a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chugging and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football.